continues.
Welcome back to Grillin' and Chillin'. We are all doing our best here at the station to social distance during these unprecedented times. I'm joined by Chef Jim of Wildwood Sports Bar and Grill.
Hello.
And also Barbecue Brent from Energy Products and Design.
And the hair.
And Brent's long hair.
Yeah.
Thanks to the
hair.
quarantine. Yes, okay. So we are making a rack of lamb with rosemary scallops, which is a pretty simple process, Jim.
Super simple, and this is one of those ones where there's a very few ingredients and you can really put it together quickly, or you can take some time too and have fun with it. But we're going to start off with our rack of lamb.
Yep.
I was just informed the other day that there is a shortage of racks of lamb, which is a shortage of everything. So you could do this with pork loin too. You could do it with beef. You could do it with anything else too.
And you can kind of leave it as fatty as you want, right?
Yep. You can take the fat off. You can trim it down if you feel more comfortable doing it. When I cook lamb, I like to cook it at a high temperature for a shorter amount of time.
Okay.
And especially on the grill, I think it really puts the flavors into it.
So what is the grill on, Brent?
The grill's at 450 right now. It's a little higher than average. But
Okay.
that's good hot temperature.
It's going to cook nice and quick. We're going to roast it fast. Brent's got a little probe that sticks in there, and the grill actually tells you when it's done.
Yeah, and then it slows down. It's awesome.
I love it. All right, so let's get Caitlin making our coating that's going to go on our lamb right onto the grill.
A little mustard on top, right?
She's going to put a little bit of mustard right on top.
Yep.
Now this is something you could smear in with your fingers. You could use a spoon. You could use a knife. You could use your kids' fingers. Whatever you want to use.
I'll use my fingers.
She's going to use her
I
fingers.
reached for a big knife. I'm like, no, I'll use my fingers.
So Jim, the mustard's going to help hold the toppings on, right?
It's going to hold the toppings on. It kind of creates that glue.
Yeah.
But it also gives it a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of sourness into the meat, which just adds some flavor to it.
Sounds
And
good.
then this guy on top?
Yep, so we've got some granulated garlic, we've got some crushed sea salt, and we have some black pepper. We're gonna mix those in, or we're gonna rub those on top into the mustard. Then we have a blend of Asiago, Parmesan, and some dry cheeses. We're gonna make a little,
I did too
blanket.
much.
No, you did not.
Never too much cheese.
Yes.
Jim, when we're doing racks of lamb, how many bones per person would you figure?
Is it me eating her, or is this someone?
You and me, because we're serving ourselves.
So if we're gonna put that one on the grill, we can put that on the grill while we're talking, if Brent's okay with that.
I'm
and then what we're gonna do is normally when I say,
I'm scared
I'll
to
say
pick 'em
like
up.
about 4 bones per
I'm
person.
gonna throw it virtually.
If you're gonna have
Not this one.
potatoes, if you're gonna have some other sort of dish. So this one, we're kind of subsidizing this. So I'm thinking you're gonna do about 4 bones per person.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do some really cool scallops. So
Yeah.
scallops, if you kind of close in on me a little bit, scallops usually come with what they call the foot.
You said the foot. I had never heard that before.
So, there's a little tiny piece of scallop, for lack of a better term, that'll come right off of the
it's
side
where
of
it's
it.
kind of tougher.
Yep, and it actually looks like it's a different grain if you look at the way the meat is set out. And they're always on there. Sometimes they're bigger than others. But what we do is we just peel those off because they get real tough on the grill.
Any harm in eating them if people overlook it?
No, I don't think so at all. I think you could eat them and you could be just fine.
Okay.
What
Then
I
we
like
use
to do,
the rosemary for a skewer.
we use the rosemary for a skewer. So I lay them all side by side. I just take them and I kind of skewer them down through all the way through. And then when you're done, you end up with a product that looks just like this. And that rosemary cooks inside.
That's pretty,
I
too.
will hand those over to Caitlin. She can throw those on the grill.
And how long should they be on the grill for, Jim?
So these scallops, they're gonna cook fairly quickly. And one of the things when I do scallops, I don't like to do seasoning on my scallops. I like to just finish them with a little bit of salt when they're done. You can definitely season them before if that's your preference, but if they're a nice clean flavor, they're gonna come out very well and they're gonna be nice and fresh tasting. Final product, you're gonna end up with some grilled racks of lamb here, nice cheesy crust, a little bit of bite from the mustard, and the natural great flavor of the lamb. And then you got your scallops. You got a meal all on one plate.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And we're going to post this recipe online at kttc.com/recipes. Also forget that a really cool part of Grillin' and Chillin' is that we want to offer you some neat prizes. There are Wildwood gift cards and also a grill from Energy Products.